I want to remind everyone, I want to start today's program by reminding everyone that there's a pandemic going on. This might be news to you, but let's check in on the COVID-19 pandemic. So there's a pandemic going on. I don't know. People somehow managed to just forget about this. They just, they've been living life and then they just, forgot there's a fucking pandemic going on. So yeah, there's a pandemic going on. So we're seeing here the death toll is continuing to rise. It's been, holding steady for a while. We're, approximately, 10 to 15,000 people, 10 to 15,000 people dying every week. It seems, from, COVID, presumably the Omicron, variant. And so now again, yes, the daily cases have gone down. Now again, what we realize, about this is that, okay, so around here, right, around before this giant jump, happens, right, people are, this is all they're going off of. So they think, oh, it's a slight rise. Most people don't even read the news. They don't read daily updates. But again, so as soon as this starts to happen, again, all of these cases here, they were actually, again, these are when people test positive, okay? So people got infected with coronavirus, right? And got tested positive here, but they got infected in this area. So they got infected, like, as there's a jump starting to happen, right? So again, now look at this. Now the cases are going down. Now why are they going down? Because people are reacting to information later. So the information comes out, and then people probably don't know about it until like 5 days later, and then they react to the information. So again, now the cases are going down. The deaths are remaining pretty steady right now. They're steadily staying stably at around 10 to 15,000 people a week. So knowing that, let's read this article. New Jersey, Connecticut to end school mask mandate. New York staying in place and could extend. So I don't know much about Connecticut, but I pay attention to New Jersey politics because I've got family in New Jersey, and that's where I was raised. Now again, Phil Murphy has done a decent job, right, at this COVID pandemic so far. He kind of mostly ran in the gubernatorial election of 2021. He mostly ran on him doing good on COVID. Now, according to reports, he's going to let a school mask mandate expire. That is unacceptable behavior from a Democratic governor in a very densely populated state. New Jersey, famously, or in some capacities, infamously, the most densely populated state. And again, there's a difference between having a mask mandate and having a school mask mandate. Schools, again, I grew up in New Jersey. I can tell you the quality of the schools in New Jersey when it comes to air ventilation, right? All the schools I went to were fucking like created in like the 1950s, and they definitely look and smell like it, let me tell you, okay? So again, New Jersey schools are not of the highest quality. And again, they're very densely packed. A lot of these schools have like, 20 to sometimes 40 kids, especially in the cities, per class, right? So, again, a school mask mandate is different from a general mask mandate. Now, again, I support vaccine mandates. I support strapping people down, tying them up, and force vaccinating them. I genuinely, without any irony, I genuinely and very sincerely support that position. So obviously I support mask mandates 100% of the time. But again, the idea that you would let a school mask mandate expire, to me, it's so ridiculously dumb. I can't even fathom it, especially after winning re-election, fucking re-election like Phil Murphy did. I can't. Okay. Connecticut and New Jersey plan to eliminate school mask mandates in the coming weeks. New Jersey on March 7th and Connecticut on February 28th. Now, again, that is in a month from now. But again, the pandemic isn't going anywhere in a month. A month from now, the pandemic's not going to magically disappear. Okay? And so that's why it's important to push back on this kind of stuff. We need a clear ending to this pandemic before people do the fucking, oh, well, let's get back to normal bullshit. Because that's what, remember when we all got back to normal and then the Delta and Omicron variants fucked our shit up? Yeah, fuck getting back to normal until this shit's under control. We are not removing the ability of individual district leaders to maintain and enforce such a policy within their schools or any private childcare provider from maintaining such a policy within their businesses, blah, blah, blah. So basically, they're leaving it up to the municipalities, which are mostly run by dumb motherfucking goobers. Let's be honest here. One such district keeping face masks in their schools is Newark. They reportedly plan to keep their protocols in place. We are not going to manage COVID to zero. We have to learn how to live with COVID as we move on from a pandemic to endemic phase of the virus. Again, this defeatist mentality, again, from newly elected Democrats. What is Phil Murphy proving? Phil Murphy is proving that Democrats, especially centrist Democrats, and even those who pretend to be progressive. Again, Phil Murphy ran on being decently progressive on this pandemic, and as soon as he wins re-election, he's pulling out the Biden strategy. Oh, well, I won re-election, so I guess we can just do nothing. We can sit back and assess, right? We are not going to manage COVID to zero. Why not? That's a choice. That is a political choice by those in leadership positions. We could get COVID to zero. The tools are in the toolbox, right? They're like wrapped up in some like, you know, like maybe some cellophane wrap, right? But all you need to do is get like a push pin, pop it open, rip it apart, get the fucking tools out. It's not like the tools are behind like a fucking safe that has like 17 different combinations and you have no clues to any of them. You know, like it's not like the fucking, you know, okay, the tools are there. They choose not to use them. These are all political choices. Phil Murphy, whoever the governor of Texas is, I don't know, are choosing to let people die, choosing to pretend like everything's okay. And all it's going to do is get us into a worse position when another variant comes along. Hello, Max. Max is licking me. When another variant comes along and fucks our shit up after we've returned to normal. Like, I don't know, man. To me, this is just a giant disaster. I don't want to loosen any restrictions until we've been at COVID zero for like a month, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, right? Like, like the idea that we're going to loosen restrictions as COVID is still killing 10 to 15,000 people a day, or rather a week, I should say. To me, it's just ridiculous. Yes. Can we get to an endemic phase? Can we learn how to live with the virus? Absolutely. But do you really trust these people? At this point in time, do you really trust these people that are bought and paid for by capital? I don't. There's a dog right under my desk right now, so please forgive me. I don't trust this. So again, I think that we need to keep these mask mandates in place, especially in schools, especially in fucking schools. We need to keep these mandates in place until COVID is dealt with. I mean, to me, it's a mask. I mean, like, I don't know. Oh, you can't breathe in a mask? Okay, well, like, I don't know. We can work with something, you know? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, remote learning? Is that a thing that's possible? I don't know. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. To me, this whole thing is ludicrous. I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one now. Maybe caring about people makes me crazy. Maybe that's just me.